Good YouTube, it's your boy UnderGamer870 here. I am seated with the wonderful, intelligent, beautiful, illustrious, all that other good stuff, Kiara Hargrove.
Hey y'all.
Is there anything that you want to tell the people before we even get started, Ms. Hargrove?
Well, my name is Kiara Hargrove. I'm a professional skateboarder from Victorville, California. I currently reside in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, where I'm a junior at the University of Arkansas Pine Bluff and HBCU. And my major is computer science. And what I want to do with computer science is become a software engineer. But you already know I'm a professional skateboarder, so yeah.
Okay. There were, I think when I was going over on your page once before, and this is just something with the pandemic going on, I noticed that you are a COVID survivor.
Yes.
Okay, as a COVID survivor, would you like to share your experience with that?
Now, my experience was terrible. I found out I had COVID on Thanksgiving Day, which is really tough. My parents already had it before me and my little brother. My other brother, he didn't have it, thank God. So it was us four in the house, and it was really hectic. So mine, COVID, me and my brother's COVID wasn't bad, but my parents were. My dad had to go to the hospital. My mom, she was trying to take care of me and my brother and stuff, and we were trying to take care of her, and we had to stay separated in our rooms and stuff. It was just really hectic, but yeah.
And that was one of the things, and I like the fact that you actually chronicled it on your page. Like, yes. You actually showed, you brought us along on the journey. I think that was around the time I met you in around November, yeah. October or November. Well, met you virtually around that time. And I was trying to keep up with you that way. Give me some, I poked in on a Instagram live something recently, and you and a friend, or you and an Instagram pal were well, he was rapping, yeah. And you were vibing to it. Give me some of your favorite music.
My favorite musical artist is Nyjah. She's a artist back in like 1994. I like 90s music, so I like Jodeci. I especially like gospel music, R&B, stuff like that. But my main favorite singer is Nyjah. Rest in peace to her.
You're a junior.
Yes.
My math in me is telling me that placed you around birth 5 to 6 years after Nyjah left Earth.
Yeah, I was born in 1999.
So shout out to whoever told you about Nyjah and let you hear it, because that is quality music. She's a wonderful artist. Well, she was a wonderful artist. Give me a secret thing that people may not know about Kiara that is something that you truly enjoy, that you have a passion about, other than skateboarding, because we know that you love skateboarding. But give me a secret passion of yours.
I would say writing.
Okay.
For instance, I write in my prayer journal every day, so I'm big on faith. So I like to write scriptures, and I read the verse of the day that's on the Bible app every day. And I have a 1208 streak right now on the Bible app, so I've been keeping up with that, and I've been reading Bible plans on the app as well. I read motivational quotes and stuff, and I write that in my journal every day, just to keep me stay motivated and pumped up about the day. You
all can't tell because we're seated right now, but Kiara is really tall. She has a lot of height to her, and with that height, did you ever play basketball in your life?
Yes, I did.
Okay. What positions were you?
I played center, and I was 4.
You were the 4 and 5. I'm led to ask this question. Please don't be offended. With your size, were you a physical ball player, or were you just one that they would put in the game for a couple of rebounds?
No, I was definitely a physical
ball player.
I
see the aggression in your face. I see the aggression in your face. Ooh, that's nice. That's nice. The reason I ask is because you are a professional skateboarder, which tells me that you have to be extremely competitive at what you do.
Right.
And you have to try to excel. But it's also, you're in Arkansas.
Exactly.
We have country-fed girls here, okay? I was just curious if you could maintain and hold your own against some of the bigger competition.
Right.
Oh, okay. So not only play basketball, but you succeed in basketball. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. what led you to skateboarding?
What led me to skateboarding was my uncle and my mom. Back in 2010, before he moved to California, my mom showed a picture of my uncle with the skateboard, and she showed me other pictures of him when he was hosting an event. He had built a couple ramps and stuff for like a church organization, I believe. And once we moved to California, and I remember vividly those images she showed me, I was like, I need to get into that sport, and I've been doing it ever since.
You know, I am a pretty big guy, and I just have a problem with falling. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of it, and you know, if I fall, I can break something pretty badly. So I don't think skateboarding is for me. How do you feel about that? Do you feel like skateboarding is something I could pick up and be successful at?
For sure. I would say, for instance, the other day I met a fan, and he had took me to the skate park and showed me around his town, and we went to one of his friends' house. There was somebody that was like similar to your size, and he was skating the ramps.
Wait a minute. What are you saying? Similar to my size?
Like, he was your size, like he was skating the skateboard ramps. I'm serious.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you've seen my video, but you can see him skating the ramps and stuff. So size really doesn't matter on a skateboard. Anybody can skateboard.
Okay, size doesn't matter. Okay, you were joking earlier, and you said you have a really big foot. You were talking about some shoes that you saw. Can I just get on your skateboard and go and just have no problems, or would I have to be able to pick out a skateboard specifically for me?
The second option. You have to definitely pick out a skateboard specifically for yourself.
Okay. Why couldn't I just get on your skateboard and just go?
I mean, you could, but it's always best to have your own personal setup and your preference, because there's different sizes of boards, different size trucks, different size wheels. It's a lot to it than just trying to jump on a skateboard.
What is a truck?
A truck is it's a metal piece, two pieces on the skateboard, and you put the wheels and bearings and the bolts inside of it.
Okay. You're in Pine Bluff, Arkansas currently. We are notorious for football and basketball here.
Right.
How did skateboarding get into the mix?
It got into the mix by me just expressing myself. Like, as soon as I got to campus and I moved to Pine Bluff, I'm gonna keep skateboarding. I'm not gonna stop skateboarding just because I left California. So I figured I could bring that flavor to somewhere else where skateboarding is not that popular, right? And I done it. Like, a lot of people see me on campus and stuff, and they compliment me and things of that nature.
One of the things that you mentioned during one of your story times, you mentioned actually falling, and I think your backpacks may have saved you from being damaged pretty badly.
Yeah.
That would have been enough for me to quit. That would have been enough for me to be done. I would have been out of the game. Like, that's it for me. What gives you the passion and the drive to continue to go with skateboarding?
I would say I'm here today, like, being a professional skateboarder, I've always had that interest of taking it to the next level, not just amateur or beginner. I just wanted to go take it to that next step, which is the professional level, and I was able to do that. So skateboarding, it makes you want to keep trying and trying until you get whatever trick that you're trying to learn.
So is skateboarding something that you can see yourself being prosperous from, or is it something that you just do as a hobby?
I would say definitely prosperous from. For instance, I had won a contest back in 2019. I took first place, and then recently in 2020 I took second place. So I'm doing pretty good with that.
So the contest that you're speaking of is a national competition. Is that Grind for Life?
Yes.
Okay. And could you give us a little bit of detail about what Grind for Life is for those of us who aren't skateboarders?
Yes, it was a Grind for Life organization. It's for a cancer survivor. And I think his name was Michael Rogers, I believe. I may be incorrect, but he had created it because he's a cancer survivor. And there's different events that they have from like California, Florida, or Houston, Texas, or anywhere else. So we paid the fees to actually go into the contest that donates to the actual organization that he has. And I've been competing in them for a while now.
Okay. I am big on watching podcasts on YouTube. And one of the things that I've noticed, Uncle Shannon Sharp, has a habit of asking people for their Mount Rushmore of people in their special areas. I'm not going to do that exactly. Okay. One of the things that I want to ask you specifically, though, who is your Mount Rushmore of people in your life? Not necessarily no skateboarders, unless they unless they qualify for personality reasons. But I want to know the Mount Rushmore people that are personally in your life and why.
First, I would say my mother.
Hi, Mom.
But yeah, she's always held it down for my brothers and I, especially when she was a single mother before she remarried. So she's always held it down and made sure we have food to eat and a house to stay in. Even though we were living house to house back in early 2000s, she was still able to hold it down for us. Secondly, I would say my stepfather, because he has stepped it up, because we're not really his children, but he calls us our daughter and son. So I've always loved that he always stepped it up for us when we didn't have our father figure, our real father in our life like that. I will also say my biological father too, because he did help out and stuff like that, but he wasn't like in our life all the time. I mean, he was, but it wasn't like my stepfather, like always there all the time. But yeah, also I would say my aunt, I call her Titi. She had helped, like she also helped me get into skateboarding when she had gave us some autographs from some XDN skateboarders when she was stationed somewhere else because she's in the military at the time, and she was able to watch those people perform their different tricks and stuff on their bikes and skateboards. So it was cool that she was able to give me my first set of professional signatures from professional athletes.
The more I hear you talk, two things stand out to me: faith and family. I looked on your Instagram page and I noticed that Habakkuk 2:2 is your favorite Bible verse. What is that and what does it mean to you?
So that scripture means to write your vision and make it plain. I believe back in 2015, my mother, she was telling me I should make vision boards. And I've been doing them every year. I've been keeping up with that. And she always tell me you can have a dream and it can come to life. So we always like have different magazines and stuff. We use scissors and glue and paste all of that stuff onto the board just to like know to whatever you put on your board can come to life. So like I put professional skateboarder, traveling, all types of words and stuff you may find in a magazine, and it eventually came to life. Like now I'm a professional skateboarder, so like I always looked at that scripture Habakkuk 2:2 that you can write the vision, make it plain on tablets.
Okay. Here's a question that I wanted to know. You were in a stream of mine one day and the topic came up about you playing video games. When are you going to get on the sticks with me?
I don't actually have the newest PlayStation. I don't have a PlayStation 4 either, so I need to cop a PlayStation 5, but they keep selling out. So.
Okay. So you still didn't answer my question. I mean, you dodged the question. The people want to know, when are we going to get on the sticks? Your game, your choice.
I mean, you talking about PlayStation wise?
It doesn't matter. I have a Nintendo as well. It's whatever.
I mean, we can play anytime then.
Oh, okay.
Since you have a Nintendo.
I mean, the people want to know. I mean, I'm trying to beat you down with whatever. It's whatever. Last question that I wanted to ask you. You said you're a professional skateboarder.
Yes.
And I am beyond impressed and just enamored to even be able to speak to you right now. How can I find your merchandise? How can I go and purchase anything that you have? How can I find your stuff?
Yeah, so currently I just released some shirts. They're, the name says Skaterkiki because people know I'm a skater. My nickname is Kiki. So I have those selling right now on Teespring website, and that's a service kind of like Shopify. But you can go on there, type in teespring.com/Skaterkiki, and you'll find my shirts on there. I have hoodies, long sleeve shirts, and regular shirts, and also tank tops. But I have a skateboarding brand I created now. It's called 1004 Skateboards, but I have not established that website yet, and I haven't found a skateboard distributor yet, but I will soon.
Okay. So you are doing major things in the midst of a pandemic.
Yes.
That is a blessing beyond measure, and I'm so thankful that you're continuing to keep going. However, this is going to wrap up our interview, and I'm so thankful that you've given us the opportunity to interview you, and I'm looking forward to what the future has for you, and I'm just thankful that you've even taken the time out for little people like, well, not little, I'm a big guy, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. With that in mind, people, what's your YouTube page?
My YouTube page is my name, Kiara Hargrove.
Okay, and the Instagram?
_Kiki_Kiara.
All of those who are my subscribers, please do me a favor. Go and show Miss Kiara Hargrove some love. Subscribe to her pages. Please like all of her videos, all of that good stuff. As an entrepreneur, these are things that she is really going to need from us. Like those small things can help her tremendously. If you want to support her, please go and like the link below. Like the link below and hook her up. Hook her up with some stuff. And lastly, this has been a production of UnderGamer870. Thank you all for watching. If you are new to the channel, please don't forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Analytics say that you all are not subscribing. Let's make analytics change on that one. Don't forget, love each other. Love those who love you. Those who don't love you, they need it the most. So continue to love them as well. God bless. And I hope to continue to see you all at the same place. Don't be a stranger. Peace.